Live from...
Okay. Yes, we're ready to go.
Live from London and streamed around the world, it's time for Harold Sanditen's Open Mic Party. Please welcome your host, Harold Sanditen.
So many things we can't control, so many hurts that happen every day, so many heartaches that pierce the soul, so much pain that won't ever go away. How can we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind, we can take care of each other, we can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. Nobody really wants to fight. Nobody really wants to go to war. Everyone wants to make things right. So what are we always fighting for? Does nobody want to see it? Does nobody understand? The power to heal is right here in our hand. We can be kind, we can take care of each other, we can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And it's not enough to talk about it, not enough to sing a song. We must walk the walk about it, you and I, do or die. We've got to try to get along. We can be kind, we can take care of each other, we can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And maybe we'll find true peace of mind, if we always remember we can be kind.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You're ruining my makeup.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I'm going to mute you and I'm just going to chat with everybody now. You know, this has been such an interesting year for all of us. And I can't thank you all enough for the support that you've given to this open mic since April. We have shot from the hip and somehow created something that is really magical and beautiful. And I know that I drive that, but it's only as good as the performances that we have, and they have been literally remarkable since April. So I have to thank all of you for the hard work that you've done, everybody who's participated. We do everything by video. It's not easy. People have to spend time making their videos, and it's a lot of work, but it assures quality, and it's made the show quite successful. And I want to thank Michael Ralston for being there through all of this, for just being a rock pillar and having the fastest finger in town, keeping the show flowing so well. So thank you. I also want to say that we don't charge for these shows because I know a lot of people are having financial difficulties. So if you can afford it, I would greatly appreciate you donating a minimum of £3.50 or $5 per show to help offset the cost equally amongst everyone who watches. I don't know if there's... Oh, the other thing that's really important I want to tell you about is this show has been nominated for 6 Broadway World Awards. It's really quite remarkable. And thank you. I'm really excited about that because it's the first time a non-US show has been nominated in a New York category. So that's really exciting. And I'm going to put in there, it's very difficult for you to do this now because the voting is a little bit cumbersome online, but copy that link if you can. And please, if you haven't yet voted, go online and vote for us. We're close to winning in 2 different categories, and it would be truly remarkable if we won in one. I would really be delighted about that. I think that's it. I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone before we get going, and let's get the show started with our first video. This is Monica Salvi and Dorian.
Dorian's, it's her cat.
Here in my London apartment, tonight I'm just taking it slow. I threw out my tickets to the open mic, 'cause nobody wanted to go. I thought I'd just sit here contently, maybe a cocktail or 4. But I find myself not feeling satisfied. Now I find myself wanting much more. So instead of feeling blue, I know just what I'll do. I'm gonna put a party hat on my cat. We'll dance around and play pretend. I'm gonna wear a golden dress and make a mess and never let the good times end. Neighbors can peek through the windows, looking all kinds of confused. But me and my feline won't care at all, 'cause we aren't easily bruised. We'll be laughing and doing the limbo, and I'll be the belle of all things. And we'll make a racket with no regard, and we won't hear the phone even if it rings. I'm gonna put a party hat on my cat. We'll dance around and play pretend. I'm gonna wear a golden dress and make a mess and never let the good times end. I'm gonna spray French perfume around the room. We'll revel in the lovely mists. I'm gonna push a party hat on my cat and thank my lucky stars that he exists. I just finished eating some Friskies. She comes at me holding this hat. I'm thinking, lady, you back the hell up. I don't want no part in that. And I take a look into her big eyes. They're sad and a little bit red. Then I think of the times that she's fed me food. I sigh and I jump on the bed. and dutifully lower my head. Look up at the party hat on my cat. We'll dance around and play pretend. I put on a golden dress and made a mess to never let the good times end. Party hat, thank my lucky stars that she exists. Thank our lucky stars that we exist.
Oh, that's
Hilarious.
well
was
done.
fantastic.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, that's amazing, Monica. I'm going to find you here. I'm going to mute everybody, and you and I are going to have a little chat. Hello, sweetheart.
Oh,
Oh, look how pretty you are with your fire burning in the background and everything.
Dorian
So-
is in his. This is my. It's not a background, by the way. It's my house.
And that's your
Dorian.
cat. Hello, Dorian. Yeah, so listen, how long did it take you to make that? That's just wild.
A little bit longer because with a cat you have to respect his breaks, his his crazy times. So I couldn't. It's a bit like performing with children, so they are a quite different set of rules. It's not like I could go on with the same take over and over as I do usually by myself. So with him I would have half an hour of shooting a scene, and I would give him 3 hours break, and then another half an hour of shooting the same scene over and over again, and then half an hour break. So sometimes he would collaborate and sometimes a little bit less, and it was a bit unpredictable.
Well, that is truly amazing output. I mean, it's just unbelievable what you're able to do on your own in your apartment. Who filmed when you were in the window? I was wondering about that. How'd you do that?
It's me going out in my patio, putting the camera on a little wall, putting it in the frame, and then I just sang at the window for half an hour with the neighbors passing by, see me singing out of the window. And then when in post-production, I do all the zooming in, zooming out.
So what do your neighbors think of all this?
Well, they know me by now.
They know you by now. So what's going on in your world, sweetheart?
Sorry?
What's going on in your world?
Oh, in my world, which is, my world is a bit multidimensional. So there are many things that I should be doing and that I am a bit lazy nowadays to do. So, I don't know why at the end of the year, I feel this sense of, okay, you've accomplished so much this year that you can relax. But no, I just have the relaxation sense. I haven't accomplished much, to be honest.
What are you talking about?
No, you're right. No, I have done the tea and tarot session with Fiona Coffey. That was quite interesting. We have done, we have put together a full tarot course as well. That was great. And we helped a lot of people, I think, during this pandemic. And also I've been actually working on my own next one-woman show, my paranormal themed cabaret. And in between lockdowns, I managed to do some musical arrangements with my musical director. So that was something. Yeah, it just feels that you haven't accomplished much because everything is so dilated in time, and time is really completely wacky compared to usual, that I don't know, I have this sense that the days are all the same and nothing really happens. I don't know about you, maybe it's just me.
No, I feel the same way, that the days continue. It's like being in Groundhog Day constantly. It's the same routine. But I've been more prolific this year in isolation than I would have ever expected. We've all had to create whatever work and things we've done at home and not go anywhere. I mean, very few of us have been lucky enough to get any gigs back. So, yeah, it's a strange time, but you've been incredibly prolific, sweetie, and I'm very proud of what you've done this year. I've loved the tea and tarot. It's been so much fun.
Great.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. Thank you for making that wonderful video. And thank Dorian again, please. He's a star. Dorian's a star.
Take your bows.
Take your bows, Dorian. Yes. Oh, what a cutie. He's so sweet. Much love to you and Happy New Year, sweetheart.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll see you soon. All right, it's time for our next performers. It's Phil, or Wilma Lee Thomas, and Big Mama, also known as Diane Horan Hill.
When you're down and troubled and you need someone to care, nothing, oh, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend? And people will be so cold, they'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them. But don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend.
I loved it.
Love that.
Oh, gonna find you both here. I've got you, Phil. I'm gonna ask you to unmute if you would. There. And Big Mama, I'm gonna get you here. There we go. You two say something and I will see you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. Oh, that was so much fun. My God, those boobs. I'm sorry, Wilma, those boobs are just like, how do you balance? Well, you don't.
Well, natural buoyancy, of course, but I mean, she's a big girl. I was trying to find breast forms that were sort of, I'm 6'7", as you know. So everything that was online was rather expensive. And I found a Chelsea football on Amazon for £1.49. I cut it in half with a bread knife on the hob. And there we are. Yes. They look bloody enormous in that video. Yes.
And how about you, Big Mama?
Well, I was just shocked. I mean, to be honest, we were just messing about that day, and it was a one-take video. We didn't know what we were doing. The wig was nearly falling off, as you could tell. No, it wasn't staged at all. That was one-off. Really, it was a one-off.
I know it was. Phil sent it to me when you guys were on the show last time. He sent me 2 videos, and I looked at it and I said, please come do this on New Year's Eve. I think it'll be so much fun.
We did the 2 back-to-back, didn't we? With the George Michael, the Careless Whisper one, which is July, was it, or August? I can't remember now. The blur into the next, unfortunately.
Careless Whisper. I think that was, I think it was September. I think it was the autumn.
Okay.
Every day seems to be the same, doesn't it?
Yeah. So what's happening with you two now?
Well,
You're obviously not in the same place, which normally you're in the same room when we do this, but clearly that's not happening anymore.
I'm not allowed to mix households. I did ask her whether we should, and I thought, well, not to invite criticism. We felt we'd separate for a change. From down the street, mine, so that's enough for me. Last Christmas I was in Barcelona, so we were planning to go to Seville this Christmas, and then our cabaret friend, mine Diane's friend, Dr. Woof, moved to Athens, so we were going to go to surprise him, and then they're in curfew and lockdown as well. And then I was planning to go to Wales, but then my stepfather's isolating because he's got a depressed immune system. Then I booked for Bob Ricard for Christmas Day in Soho, and then that was cancelled. And then I booked on Boxing Day, and that was cancelled. So I just stay home basically. I got no bloody choice really.
Like the rest about it. What about you, Diane?
Well, I'm just a quiet one at home. It's been quite different actually this year. Yeah.
Brandy are you drinking?
Huh?
How much brandy are you drinking?
Only a little droplet.
Just a liter a day?
Well, I was told that the coronavirus doesn't like alcohol, so I've just been drinking a little drop every day.
Cheers.
Well, cheers to all of you. Thank you both so much. That was such a fun video, and I love that song, and it's a beautiful song to end the year with. So I want to wish you both a happy new year, and thank you so much for being part of the Open Mic family. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for asking us, Harold.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Much love to both of you. All right, it's time for our next singer, who is Liza Keast.
My dear acquaintance, it's so good to know you, for strength of your hand that's loving and giving, and a happy new year with love overflowing, with hope in our hearts for the blessed new year. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer for us all who are gathered here, and a happy new year to all that is living, to all that is gentle, kind and forgiving. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer. My dear acquaintance, a happy new year. Although for now we may not be together, the friendship we share is something I treasure. I'll hold it close till the day comes whenever again we can meet and embrace without fear. So raise that glass and we'll have a cheer for us all who are gathered here, and for all those who are hither and yonder. With love in our hearts we grow fonder and fonder. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer. My dear acquaintance, a happy new year. Here's to 2021.
Yay!
Brava! Brava!
Brava!
Oh!
Brava! Hello, sweetie. So tell me, is that your apartment we were looking at?
Haha, I wish.
Oh, look at this. Look at the two huge glasses of champagne next to you. You can't even drink.
No, I have my drink here. Oops, I have to hold it there.
Yeah, it's hard with the virtual backgrounds. So what's going on with you these days?
Well, much the same as ever, really. Christmas for me actually was almost the same as it usually is because my sister and I are both single person households. We always just spend Christmas together in her flat. This time she came to pick me up. It's just because we were concerned about me having to park and congestion charge. So she came, pick me up. It's 20 minutes away, just in London. Spent a few days there. She brought me back. And just generally life is she's helping me stay in the style to which I'm accustomed, with almost no money coming in, apart from I'm getting the government Zeiss grant, which isn't very much, but it's a bit of something. But I'm in a very, very lucky position that I have family who will. Oh Lord, now that's my landline. What the hell is my landline doing ringing? That
Does
must
anyone
be.
still have a landline? Clearly.
I still have a landline, but it'll stop in a minute. I'm tempted to unplug it and it'll go straight to something else. Oh, thank good, it stopped.
That was your sister calling.
Very probably. She's the only person apart from. I hope you can't hear my answer phone going now as well. I told her I was doing this tonight.
Maybe she called for the Zoom link.
No, she doesn't really like cabaret.
Oh, okay.
She'll.
So have you got big plans for New Year's?
I will do what I always do on New Year, which is I will stay in and watch the telly.
I think it's a compilation of fireworks from previous years. This is what I read somewhere.
Oh, I don't mean that really. I just mean generally the evening. It's a solitary existence, but I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah.
I can't quite believe it's been as long as it's been. But,
yeah, it is. It's 10 months.
And how much longer it's going to continue in this vein. But it could be a lot worse. Certainly, from my point of view, I've been healthy. I've been warm. I've been fed the right kind of stuff, and we'll just have to see what happens next, really.
Well, I want to wish you a huge Happy New Year. Thank you very much for being part of our family. And thanks for such a beautiful song. You look and sound gorgeous. So thank you. Liza Keast, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we are going to make our way across the Atlantic. It's time for Jamie DeRoy.
I was packing my gear after a festival appearance. The show had gone real good, when a bunch of people with a kind of earthy smell said, "We're staying out in these woods. We'd like you to join us, there's plenty of room. We got a nice big tent and there's a big full moon." I stood upwind and said the only thing that I could. Yeah, I had to tell them, Jews don't camp. If it hasn't got a lobby, I don't want it for a hobby. If it's cold and damp, let me give you the news. Jews don't camp. Well, it's really quite simple. It's part of my tradition, taught to me in my youth. After 40 years in the desert, the 11th commandment is go to bed under a roof. I'm fairly certain I could live without real bear hugs. I'm not keen to be cuisine for a 500,000 bugs. 10 times out of 10 I pick bagels over berries and roots. I would love to fish and hunt and get my water from a stream. But until there's seltzer in the brook, or maybe a nice egg cream, hey! Jews don't camp. Using leaves instead of Charmin may be fine if you're a Mormon, but I'm not that stamp, so I hate to refuse. Jews don't camp. La la la, oi la la la, la la la, oi la la la. If your sleeping bag is tilted, you can find me at the Hilton, 'cause Jews don't camp. If you're tired of your diet, come and join me at the Hyatt, 'cause Jews don't camp. I get hives and start to break out where there isn't Chinese takeout, 'cause Jews don't camp. Boy.
Yeah, right.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd like to have that problem.
Well, clearly, my assistant didn't know about zooming in.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, it was really good.
And that was Ron Abel at the piano.
I'm going to find you, Jamie. I'm going to mute everybody, and you and I are going to have a little chat now. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, sweetheart. I haven't seen you in so long.
I haven't seen anybody in so long. It's so depressed. I mean, my whole life was people in theater. I have neither now.
Well, you've got 7 Tony Awards. I saw them on your mantelpiece. That's quite amazing.
What's crazy is I'm up for 4 more Tonys this year. We don't even know when the Tonys will be, taking place at all. They'll take place, but we just don't know when.
It's usually May, right?
No, it's usually June, but we missed last June. So they have a truncated, season. And we don't know if they're going to, do it at the beginning of the year or wait till June 2021. I don't know. It doesn't even matter because nothing's playing. So it probably doesn't matter if they delay it.
Do you have a sense of when Broadway's going to come back, open again?
Well, they say the beginning of June, but my guess is in reality is probably the fall, maybe late summer, early fall. I hope. I mean, God, let's not have it later than that.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's hard to even imagine all of this. What's happening to the shows that you had that were running that have closed? How are they going to reopen?
Well, all the signage is still up. Somebody did an article about it recently, and everybody's saying they're coming back when theater comes back. That's all they can do because they don't know any more than we know. I mean, the one show I had going that was so fabulous that Tracy Bennett was in from London was Hangman, and that closed, after a few weeks into the pandemic. That's not reopening. Virginia Woolf, I'm not involved with, but that's not reopening. Everything else that I am involved with is scheduled to reopen as of this moment. Like Company and oh God, I have no voice. Ain't Too Proud and Tina and oh my God, the Lehman trilogy, such a beautiful, beautiful production.
Oh my God, it's one of my
To Kill a
favorites.
Mockingbird, which was also closed in London. They say that To Kill a Mockingbird will open in June in London. And if that's the case, and if it's safe to travel, and if I've been inoculated, I hope to go.
Well, we would love to see you over here.
I would love to be there, believe me.
Well, what else is happening in your world?
Well, I've had to turn my TV show into, instead of plugging, live events, not just theater. We did theater, off-Broadway, cabarets, whatever was happening, Radio City. I've turned my TV show into kind of a weekly kind of theme show. So I've been doing, I did a 2-part holiday show. I'm doing a show, Strings Attached, which John McDaniel will be in because he was there at Birdland when we did something with Peter Sachon. And but just people that are playing any stringed instruments, violin, guitar, I'm trying to find, I know I have 2 cellists and I can't find the tape, which drives me nuts. But anyway, we're doing our best. So every I just keep thinking of different themes, families, and the more the merrier. So it's like duets and more. It's been fun, but it's not plugging anything, which is what I used to do, and try to, give a little leg up to people performing in especially in New York, because it's not seen in London.
I know that. I've never seen your show because it's on cable in New York.
Well, the way we do it now, it gets done through the internet. I guess if there was an outlet that was a television outlet there, we could do it, because it's just a matter of sending it on email. But I don't know any outlet, so you could be our producer if you find the outlet.
I don't know the first thing about television, but
you don't have to know anything about it except, oh, you have cable access? I have a half-hour show for you. Then you're a producer. I do all the work.
Okay, well, let's have that conversation another time. I can certainly look into all of that. Anyway, I'm delighted you joined us. Thank you so much. It's really, really good to see you.
Thank you for asking me. It's like the first time I put on makeup in months. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you had an opportunity to do that. Jamie DeRoy, everyone. Thank you so much, Jamie DeRoy. Thank you. And we're going to stay in America. And speaking of John McDaniel, he's on next.
So yeah, 2020. What a year. Is anyone out there going to miss 2020? Didn't think so. Here's a little song I wrote the other day. It's my first Florida Christmas. The palm trees sway in the breeze. The iguanas are gathering. I'm in the bath lathering up for another day at home. It's a quarantine Christmas. Where'll we go today? It's a quarantine Christmas. So many choices, hooray! Breakfast in the bedroom, lunch in the kitchen, snacks in the living room. Drinks out on the porch, dinner in the guest room. Maybe after that we'll have a lovely champagne toast in the laundry room. It's a quarantine Christmas. Who'd have ever thought? It's a quarantine Christmas. Look at all the presents I bought. One for Mom, one for Dad, one for Barbara too. One for Charlie, one for Clarence. Okay, maybe 2. If I have to, I'll watch one more choir on Zoom. If I have to, just to break it up, I'll sit on the other side of the room. It's a quarantine Christmas, stuck inside the house. It's a quarantine Christmas. We've got a tree, so how can I grouse? Here we are, stuck at home for the holidays. I don't think this is what they had in mind when they wrote Home for the Holidays. It's a quarantine pandemic, stuck at home, missing family Christmas. May it be our last.
By the way, that I'm falling, you
Lots of noise going on in the background. Who is that? Someone's got TV going. Please turn it off.
One now. Thank you.
Some other show.
I don't know who that is. We'll have to look for them another time. I'm going to find you here, John. I've just asked you to unmute yourself.
Hey,
there?
Harold.
Hi. That's quite a little necklace you've got. I like that.
Oh, bring in the holidays.
Yeah. So where are you in Florida?
Fort Lauderdale. We
Oh,
absolutely love it. Yeah, near the beach. It's just beautiful. We moved down 18 months ago. I was in New York for 25 years and just started to feel like I wanted to be in better weather. So we moved down and are loving it. And then this crazy pandemic hit, and it's proven to be a beautiful place to be. I mean, the numbers are insane in Florida, and we have a horrible governor. But it's a beautiful place to be if you have to be stuck at home.
I heard that Ivanka's going to run for governor. Maybe you'll have an even better one.
Oh, that's horrible news. Thank you for sharing.
So you said you've been strangely busy during the quarantine. What have you been up to?
Oh gosh, well, I had a full year of concerts and shows booked all over from LA to New York, and everything just was canceled immediately. And so we, as we all did, we pivoted online, and I wound up doing a lot of concerts and specials, and I've done music direction for a bunch of things with Playbill. And in October, I produced and directed a concert version of a musical I've written called Sticks and Stones. And we had an amazing Broadway cast starring Audra McDonald and many others. It was sensational and very creative. And so there's been a lot of creative work happening all through the pandemic, and continues to be, into January and February.
Well, that's good. It's funny. The pandemic has provided a few different silver linings, one of which is that I can have you on my show and you're in Florida and this is a London show. So,
Exactly.
There's some good stuff and there's stuff that we need to look for. So don't know anything about your online series, Sunday Tea with John McD, but tell me about it.
Absolutely. So this is another, pardon me, another thing that happened as a result of the pandemic. I was home. And, when I was in college, and Jamie and I went to Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, I used to play piano up on Mount Washington, play and sing, and this was like my thing. So here I am now stuck at home in April of 2020, and I began to do an online show once a week, every Sunday, and I called it Sunday Tea with John McD. I did it from Mother's Day to Father's Day, and the Mother's Day, it's on my Facebook page, John McDaniel. And so the Mother's Day episode was seen by like 6,000 or 7,000 people. And I thought, this is incredible. I really love doing this. So I kept doing it, but I moved it to a monthly series after Father's Day because every week was a lot, as you know. So I do it now the first Sunday of every month. So the next one's coming up this Sunday, January 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I play and sing and tell stories about crazy stuff that happened to me. And it's fun. It's really,
and where do
really
people watch? On Facebook, on YouTube?
Facebook, yep, on Facebook, my Facebook music page, which is John McDaniel. And I pop up live there the first Sunday of every month. It's fun. And Sue has written about it. Thank you, Sue.
Lovely, Sue. Well, I'm really delighted to have met you. I'm so glad that Barb Younger put us in touch together. That's really lovely.
Barb and I have had such a good time recording and performing together over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I knew that. I've seen your name on her stuff. Were you here? Were you performing here with her, or only in New York?
We've done quite a lot. We've done a lot in the UK together, as well as all around the US together. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I never saw any of those shows or met you, because I'm a huge fan of hers. And she's been such a wonderful supporter of the show. She has put me in touch with so many different people. It's really been quite amazing. I really, really like her. So thank you, John. Thank you for joining us. It's really great to see you. Enjoy the lovely weather in Florida, and the sunshine is pitch black here. But I'm really glad we met, and I look forward to our paths crossing again.
Thank you very much. Me too. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. John McDaniel, everyone. Thank you. We're heading back across the Atlantic, and it's time for Juliet Wood.
To say to me, can you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Oh, skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a-journeying over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane? And in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, faint as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy serenading the moon. Oh, skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you take me there? Serenading the moon. Skylark, can you find these things? For my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you take me there, Skylark?
Beautiful.
That was lovely.
Your parents make me listen so boring.
I want to find out, Mike, can you see who's got that TV going in the background? And
and my dad left.
get them to stop. Hello, my love, Juliet. I've just asked you to unmute.
I'm unmuted now. There you go.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Greg. How are you both?
Good. Good.
Good. That was beautiful. Greg, did you produce that musically for Juliet?
I'm not sure I produced it. I recorded it and mixed it.
You recorded it and mixed it.
I'm very fortunate to have some help with making these videos, because I would be failing miserably if I was trying to do it by myself. But yeah, we had lovely Pete Billington in the studio playing the bass and piano, and my film graduate nephew who knows how to run a camera, and Greg did the recording and then mixed it, and Gareth and Greg between them sort of made it all.
Family effort. It's quite fun.
Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much. Really atmospheric. I love it.
Thank you.
So you're working on some other songs. I know you recorded Round Midnight with some more positive, upbeat lyrics. What else is happening with you?
Well, yeah, I've been trying. I think normally I try and sing sort of slightly unusual songs that people maybe are not so familiar with. But during the last year, I thought it was time to learn a few more standards. and try and do maybe an interesting take on some of those. So that's what I've been working on.
And are you working on a new CD?
Not yet, but I'm starting to think about things. I've got an idea of putting together some Duke Ellington arrangements, but that's early days for that yet.
Early days. And Greg, you're just about to launch a new record label?
Yes, it's probably insanity, but during the year I helped two people make CDs, Juliet and another jazz singer. And in December I recorded a really beautiful instrumental session with some young musicians. And we were talking in February and March about what we were going to do with it. And of course, their chance of finding the money to make a CD or produce it when March came just vanished. So we had a long conversation and came to an arrangement about how we'd make it and fund it. I've now made it. I have a great big box of 500 CDs waiting for us to launch it, perhaps in March or April. And so maybe try and do a few more of those during the year, maybe.
Oh, that's really wonderful and quite exciting. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Well, I'm really delighted to see both of you. Thank you, Juliet, for such a beautiful video. And really, Happy New Year to both of you. I hope you have a great celebration on your own.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much, Harold.
Anyway, it's always a pleasure to see you both. Much, much love and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Now have I got a treat for you. You won't believe who's joining us now. It's Dolly Parton.
Are you ready? Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Woo! Jolene, 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 well, please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Well, he talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I could easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Come on! Well, Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 well, please don't take it just because you can. Now you can have your choice of man. I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. Well, I had to have this talk with you. The happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide you'll do, Jolene. Woo! Come on! Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 well, please don't take him, even though you can. Jolene. Now we all know a Jolene, don't we? That old hussy.
Yeah. And my God, you're good. Good, Kelly.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Really good.
I got you here, Kelly. Let's have a little chat.
Hi.
Hi. So how did you decide to do Dolly? Was it your naturally ample breasts and blonde hair and southern accent?
Well, I'm Aussie. I'm Australian.
I know you're Aussie.
Yeah. And so I grew up.
And you're not
listening-
blonde.
Yeah, I know. I sound like a pom.
It's bad. But no, I grew up listening to country music, and I started seeing country really early. But of course, everybody in Australia just wanted to be Kylie Minogue if you were a singer. And then I kind of did lots of musical theatre, and I ended up in Germany doing Starlight Express. And then I married a Brit and then moved to London. But because I'd been doing lots of like talent quests and things like that in Sydney, I used to take on lots of different artists, Judy Garland, Liza, Dolly, whoever. But everybody loved Dolly, probably because I'm 5 foot tall. And I could sing country. So I don't know, when I got to the UK, somebody said, oh, you could be a tribute artist. And I said, well, what's a tribute artist? And they said, well, you dress up, but you get paid a lot more money. So I was like, ooh.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. And then it just unfolded, really.
Well, your show is absolutely amazing. My husband and I saw it at the Crazy Coqs and just loved it. I mean, it was just so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
And I remember this, Marianne, you asked how we met. Her show was before mine, and we met in the dressing room as we were passing each other. So that was good. Anyway, so tell us about vaccine.
Well, it's a bit of fun. You know, we have to keep ourselves sane while we're at home. And, you know, I did a lot of Facebook shows, you know, at the beginning, every week, you know, it's quite exhausting, isn't it? Like John was saying. And you start thinking about your next show. It takes so much preparation. You have to teach yourself how to do everything. And so then it was really nice because somebody came to me and said, listen, and she was a Radio 4 comedian. She said, look, I've written this song. It's a parody. Do you want to record this? And I thought, okay, it's going to upset some people, but let's just do it because it's funny. So we did. She wrote the lyrics and I sang the song Vaccine, Vaccine. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. Please come cure COVID-19. That's how it went. So, yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. I saw it. And you were lucky enough to get some gigs back at Crazy Coqs before it all went pear-shaped again. Yeah. You did a show as a fundraiser for the Samaritans, right?
Yeah. I just thought there's lots of people who are, you know, alone at the moment. And, you know, even if they've got a bubble, it might not be in the same a bubble that you want to see all the time. So, you know, I just thought, especially at Christmas, I just wanted to raise some money. I've been lucky enough. I've been able to do some cameos. In the last 6 months, I've done like 250 cameos now. Really? So that's been quite helpful. And I just thought, you know what, I'd like to raise some money for other people who are just lonely at Christmas, who need someone to talk to. You know, we can always, you know, I think when you have some talent and you're not doing much with it, it's nice to be able to share it, isn't it? And do something good.
It is. It absolutely is. And I think we as performing artists don't have much choice. You know, singers got to sing. And so we have to find some place to do it. And I don't know about you, but I don't sing around the house much anymore at all. I just don't have it in me to feel to do it. I only sing when I have to make a video.
Yeah. It is a bit stagnant like that, isn't it? I remember a book, I don't know if anyone's read it, called The Artist's Way. And it says that to draw from the well, you've got to fill the well with things, you know, with creativity. And I get so much of my energy from people, you know, their looks on their face or what they say or engagements, anybody. When you don't have that and you're trying to be creative at home, it's so hard. You know, and you start feeling like, oh, I'm not talented anymore. I can't do it anymore. But everybody that I've spoken to feels the same way.
That's because we're all performing to a screen. And
Yeah, it's hard.
in this instance, it was a video, and you have an audience which claps after the video, but it's not a live performance. You might feel happy that people are applauding your video, but nonetheless, it's not live anymore. It's just, and if you do a stream, all you get are emojis, So
And they're not the same, are they, Harold?
no, they don't really, they don't feed you the energy that you need to give a much better performance.
No.
Anyway,
And
we all soldier on.
I know. It got to the point where my husband and I would put these shows on, but we were using applause from the BBC Sounds app. So after I'd sing, we'd put applause in because it just made me feel better.
So funny, but it's true. I loved your last stream. I cracked up so much at the end of it when everything was done by Carl.
Carl, that's Dolly's husband, Carl, yes.
I know. I figured that pretty quickly. Yes. I Googled what's Dolly Parton's husband's name. Was Carl.
Oh, yeah. Who never wants to be seen. Who hasn't been seen in 54 years. Really. A lot.
Well, it's probably better that way, Let her have the limelight.
I think so. I think she wants it that way.
She probably prefers that too anyway. But I'm so delighted you joined us. I really am. I've always enjoyed your energy.
Oh,
we really met
I think it's just amazing because I know you asked me back in April, but I had a few voice problems as well. I think that when I got to have a rest, my voice just went, after singing for 20 odd, it just went, thank you. Thank you. And then I kind of lost my voice. And so I think I've lost a bit of confidence. You don't have everybody telling you you're amazing anymore. So it's hard. And, I'd sit the family down. Who wants to hear me sing? Oh, no.
No, Mom.
So, I am so glad I got to do it. And I'm bewildered because there's so many talented people here from all over the world.
Yeah, it's really great. I have to say that's the bonus of this is that we congregate with people from everywhere. This is only America and Britain, where you represent Australia.
Amazing.
But we've had people from France, from literally Australia. We had one woman phone in from Brisbane.
So fantastic. You've done an amazing job here.
Well, thank you. And thank you for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you soon again, Kelly.
I'd love to. Mwah.
Kelly O'Brien.
Mwah, mwah.
Much love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Oh, but before we move on, I want to just make another announcement that these shows are free. And we want to allow everybody the chance to see them if they have financial difficulties. But if you can afford it, please consider donating a minimum of £3.50 or $5 per show to help offset the costs. Thank you very much. And now it's time for the one, the only, Mr. Michael Ralston.
Thought of a fish finger sandwich makes your voice quavery, and a cone of steaming chips makes the sun shine through. If the notion of hearty soups or a tin of spaghetti hoops is enough to get your taste buds in a stew, if peeling a mango feels like an act of bravery, and a deep-filled pork pie's all you want in view, if the mention of grilling cheese can bring you to your knees, then my friend, a life of savory waits for you. It's the salty stuff that brings the very spice of life. So keep away those sticky, icky sweets. A potato in any guise will quickly hypnotize, and with a buttery knob it's a tempting, tasty treat. If enduring a cream egg feels like modern slavery, and you'd rather have a hot night with chicken katsu, if a tangerine makes you flip, then let's give fruit the slip. Leave all that behind and bid kumquats adieu. If an offer of strawberry jam makes you misty-eyed for ham, welcome to a life of savory. There is no time to be wavery. Yes, my friend, a life of savory waits for you. For you. For you.
Yes, how are you?
Oh, yeah!
Makes a silly song.
Michael, you can unmute yourself. There we go.
I need to press many buttons. Hang on.
No, you're there. Hi.
Okay. Yeah.
I have not been able to get that song out of my head since I heard it. It goes through my head nonstop. I don't know the lyrics. I just keep saying things that rhyme like you did with food. But that's just wonderful. When did you write that?
Well, I wrote it about a month ago. I've been doing a podcast with Jess Robinson, and it's called Stars in Your Ears. And one of the guests we had on was a woman called Jess Fosterque, a comedian, and she does a podcast about food. So it was in dedication to food, things that we love to eat. And I said, oh, well, you know how if you go out for a meal, you might remember this, it was a long time ago, but there might be a prefix and somebody says, oh, you can have a starter or a main and a pudding. And I'm always like, oh, no, definitely have the starter and the main. I'm just a very savory kind of guy, you know, don't go for the sweet stuff. So anyway, that's where it was born. And wavery is a word. I did look it up, you know, that's a thing. And I'm sorry you didn't see the full choreography with me writhing on a giant piece of buttered toast, but I don't have a green screen, so it just wasn't really.
I thought you were going to arrive on a buttered knob.
Oh, that's later. That's afterwards. Yeah. And I'm afraid it's not suitable for vegetarians, that song. It's not even kosher, so there we go.
No, I guess not. But it really is cute and clever, and you do bespoke songwriting. So now's your chance to get some people here to be clients and write a song for them.
So we've, because we had so many gigs cancelled, I write bespoke songs for people with both Sarah Louise Young and Dusty Limits, my writing partners, and I absolutely love it. I just love it. We had some really nice ones over Christmas where we were able to write for families that couldn't be together, and they'd take their song and then they'd make like a photo montage of all their remembered Christmases, and it was really moving. And then today I wrote my first samba for a bespoke song. That was fun, yeah. And, you know, a variety of stuff. It's a joy. The nice thing is when somebody fills out our little questionnaire, they sort of paint a picture of the person you're going to write about, a portrait, and it's like you get this kind of snapshot of somebody that you'll never meet, but you kind of feel like you've met in some way, that it's really intimate, and they're amazing people sometimes when you have a little dip into someone's life and how people feel about them and how much they care about them. It's really lovely.
Well, good. How many commissions have you had so far?
I counted up, we've done 22 since we started this. So
wow.
Busy, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, some of them are sort of 2 minutes, you know, but you have to put the time in. You can't be sloppy, you know, because you want it to be something that can have repeat listens and, you know, really kind of stick around so that somebody in 5 years' time or whatever can listen back and enjoy it again.
Yeah, it is interesting to see if lyrics actually transcend time. Sometimes they don't. I was so surprised with Stately Homes of England that the lyrics actually still held up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, some of that's Barry Kleinbort's brilliant rhymes that he added, you know, because when a rhyme is really good, when it really pings, it's much more durable than a flat rhyme, you know, that's...
Yeah.
not satisfying.
Well, I loved, what do you call that song? A Life of Savory?
A Life of Savory,
A
yeah.
Life of Savory. I have to remember that.
I'm always on the lookout for topics for songs that haven't been covered yet, and I felt that was a niche but doable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are sweetaholics. I'm not. I'm like you. I'd rather have savory than sweet.
Yeah. I feel like my next challenge is to zoom in entirely just on Scotch eggs, because it's been in the news here so much about what, the idea that pubs can stay open if they serve a substantial meal. What is a substantial meal? And then was it Ian Duncan? I think it was the culture secretary. Somebody said, "Oh, well, a Scotch egg would be seen as a substantial meal." So I feel like that's my next target. But whether I can get 3 minutes out of Scotch eggs, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, let me take this opportunity to thank you in person for your support throughout this this strange thing we find ourselves doing, no longer on stage, but here together.
Thank you. You beat me to it. I was just about to thank you on behalf of everybody for the work you do. People would not believe the amount of admin that goes into this, how much work Harold does behind the scenes, chasing up people, getting the videos, getting to redo the videos when they've done them the wrong way, and all the research you do, because you're so informed when you come to speak to people. It's wonderful. So, it's a great thing. Thank you so much from everybody.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm learning as I go. It's not like this was something I ever set out to do, had a vision of, or could have ever predicted in my life that I would be doing this. But, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Isn't it? It's been really good.
It's so much fun to bring people together, but it's also fun to learn about people. When you say, I have to do some research about people so I can know what I'm talking to them about. So, and that's interesting because you find out things about people you thought you knew them and you don't know anything about them.
Like me.
Like you. Yeah, what was your name again? Are you married? Do you have a cat? I know a lot about you. In fact, what happens on the tour stays on the tour, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, Michael Ralston, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. All right, it's time for Carl Charity.
Quiet the streets and quiet the houses, nature's calling out. Hush your noise and hush your toys, hear Mother Nature shout. From the treetops in the dewdrops, now the beasts reclaim what you thought was yours forever, lost will be your name. The sands will move and the seas prove nothing stays for long. How you laughed and played and sang, and how you got life wrong. Now the worm bites as the world fights, you're not on your own. You're just part of this big world, there never was a human throne. Feel the flood's heights, then the light strikes, lift your head and see. When you danced and played your songs, did you ever think of me? Show them mercy, they are children learning as they go. They can change to love like you, let the future show. Streets and quiet the houses, nature's calling out. Hush your noise and hush your toys, hear Mother Nature shout. from the treetops in the dewdrops, all the beasts reclaim. What you thought was yours forever lost will be your name.
Well, I
Oh God. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
I think you're a hit, Carl. I just asked you to unmute yourself. If you could do that. Are you there? Hello, Carl. There you go. Say something. Oh, I think you've got some dodgy internet going on. Are you there? I don't know about anyone else, but I can't hear you. No, I'm sorry, Carl. I think we're just going to have to not speak, but I just want to say that is an amazing song. Oh my God. Your voice, your trumpeting, you wrote that. That's Leanne Carroll on piano, which is just amazing. So I cannot thank you enough for that. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And I'm really, say something and see if I can hear you now. No. I'm sorry about that, Carl, but thank you so much. Happy New Year. I hope to see your face like on the screen sometime soon, but much love and thanks for joining us. Okay, it's time for our next singer. We're going to go all the way to Minneapolis. It's Doug Anderson.
I want a wedding in a big church with bridesmaids and a flower girl. A lot of ushers in tailcoats, reporters and photographers. I want a wedding with a bishop who will tie the knot and say, do you agree to love and honor? Love and honor, yes, but not obey. I want a wedding ring surrounded with diamonds and platinum. A big reception at the Waldorf. Champagne and caviar. I want a wedding like the Vanderbilts had, everything big, not small. If I can't have that kind of a wedding, I don't want to get married at all. We'll have an old-fashioned wedding, in a good old-fashioned way. I want a wedding with a bishop who will tie the knot and say, to love and honor, love and honor, yes, but not obey. Somewhere in some little chapel, a big where orange blossoms, champagne and caviar. We'll have an old-fashioned wedding, old-fashioned wedding. Have that kind of a wedding. I don't want to get married at home. I hear singing and wedding, that you feel the blossoms and the trees are bare. Your heart bells with a bishop I seem to ride of justice, about to love and honor once or twice. Somewhere in some little chapel at night, a big reception with more I've lost my champagne and caviar. We'll have you to tackle everything big and small. No fashion wedding, have that kind of a wedding. I don't want to get married at all. You're not sick, you're just having a fashion
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was fun. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That is crazy, Doug. I've just asked you to unmute yourself, if you would do that.
Here we go. How's that?
Oh my God, that was crazy funny. So I just have a question. The first video you ever did for us was Making Love Alone, and now you're marrying yourself. So, so something you need to tell us?
It all worked out. It all worked out.
What happened to Scooter Pie?
He is working. He has one of those, what are they called? Jobs.
Yeah, you used to have one.
Yeah, I know. I'm retired now since August, and I really, really have been embracing it. Trying to find my creative side. I've made wedding cakes for small weddings of like 4 to 6, and I've been making furniture. My friend Kurt Jaspers and I have been making furniture, and I'm designing it, and then I do the creative artistic part, and he puts it all together.
Wow. Well, I don't know. We're going to miss you so much. Are you going to be able to come to the open mic monthly like you did before when you were flying for Delta? Yeah. Well, you can as long as we're virtual, but I mean, what about in person?
Well, hopefully, I mean, I have my flight benefits as of because of the retirement, so hopefully I'll be able to come to London more often and maybe stay for a little bit more than just 24 hours.
Yeah, that'll be a lot easier on the body, I bet.
We have a friend of ours that has a bed and breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, and so.
I bet those friends don't have any business right now.
Well, I wonder.
We were lucky. We maybe had 10 people over the summer, and that was it. It's all gone for now. But anyway.
I have to tell you, Harold, I am so grateful that you take the time to do this thing. We have so many wonderful people in your circle that I've been introduced to, and I'm just so grateful. I miss you guys so much. Sometimes it just hurts.
Yeah, well, we miss you too, and we will continue to miss you. I miss live performances, and I honestly have no idea when we're going to be able to do a live open mic, because the distancing rules don't allow any movement in the room once the show starts. So, you know, that's impossible with an open mic. But the good side is that we can continue to, you know, congregate here like this, and we can have this international group of people, which is, you know, I will continue this even when we do live performances, because I love the idea that we have an international crowd. It's just, it's been the real silver lining of the pandemic for me, you know, and for that, I'm really grateful that I will see you regularly, because, you know, you're always part of the family, and you'll always be coming back regularly.
Yeah, between you and Michael Ralston, I think you guys just make this such a worthwhile afternoon for me. It's evening there. It's afternoon here.
Afternoon? What are you talking about? It's pitch black.
Yeah, well, not here. It's not. It's pitch snow.
Yeah, well, I wish we would get some snow. That would be really nice.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you, Doug. Really lovely to see you. Much, much, much love.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Same to you, sweetie. Before we move on, I wanted to tell everybody, I realized I forgot that at the end of the show, I'm going to stop the stream and I'm going to stop the recording, and we can all stay around and have a toast and have a chat and, you know, catch up with each other before the New Year. So if you can, stay on the show after we finish. Okay, it's time for our next singer. We're going to go all the way to Los Angeles. This is Audrey Appleby.
The Sunset, Cafe Del Mar. Ladies come from near and far. Ancient rhythms through the song. Ladies, cheap cocktails all night long. Feels so right, how could it be wrong? When lust and desire make a potion this strong. So here's to the ladies who get it cheap. big possibilities would come of something small. Ladies' cheap cocktails. Well, what's wrong with it cheap if you get to sleep with a handsome prince or princess for a week? Let's all admit it really is fun to run free and naked with the moon and sun. So here's to the ladies who get it cheap. Fill their glass and you might be the company they keep. And to the guy, after all, who wrote this offer on the wall, hoping big possibilities would come of something small. And isn't it really what all of us crave? Whether cheap or not, through love we're saved. We pretend it's a game, something we won't miss. But you know the truth, love is all there is. And it's not just ladies who get it cheap, 'cause it all depends on the company they keep. And to whoever wrote that offer on the wall and dreamed of something big from something small. So just let it go, let it out, let it flow. Scream and shout, cheap or not, take a shot, give it all you got. You can do it now, 'cause we all want the same. And if you go too far, well, human nature's to blame. So here's to the ladies who get it cheap. Fill their glass and you might be the company they keep. And here's to the ladies who get it cheap and treat like kings the company they keep. And here's to the ladies who get it cheap and the lucky ones who get to be the company they keep. And even if it's cheap, it doesn't mean it's cheap, 'cause it all depends on the company you keep. Ladies. Ladies cheap. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night long. Ladies cheap cocktails all night long, all night long, all night.
Ooh, what happened?
Oh, I don't know.
That's it.
Stopped.
Woohoo!
Beautiful video. Beautiful video.
Stunning, Audrey. Stunning. I'm going to find you here. There we go, sweetheart. You there? Oops, you there now?
Yes. but
Hi. I unmuted you and you unmuted yourself, which muted you. I love your glasses. Say something. I want to see them again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my gosh. Those are sparkles. So I want to know the genesis of that. Was there like a sign? She wrote that song. Was there like a sign that said
Yes.
Ladies Keep Cocktails or what?
Yes, I was. It was really interesting. I was in Ibiza, Spain, and I was with my husband and my 9-year-old daughter, and we went to this hippie flea market, and next to it was a pub, an English pub in Spain, with a sign out on the grass that said, "Ladies, cheap cocktails all night long." And part of me got a little bit mad. I don't know why. I just decided I wanted to kind of have a reply to that song. So I wrote that song.
That was wonderful. I really, really love it. And so atmospheric and so beautiful. And you dance beautifully. I know you teach dance, so that's a good thing.
It's in Positano, not Amalfi. It's Positano.
Yeah. So you've got a new album coming out. You told me you're releasing a new song every month?
Yeah, or 2 months. I have to see how it goes. But I started a song called Dancing with Tragedy, and it's ready to be released. So it will be out right after the inauguration. I hope we don't have a tragedy. It's an optimistic song about how things are going to get better, and we've got to dance and push and reverse our steps and the steps of tragedy.
Right. Well, that's a good sentiment. Lord knows we need that right now.
Yeah.
Hard to believe what we have lived through. Well, that's good. And so you told me that several people have asked you to sing the songs you've done on this show, Picasso's Woman and Beyond the Velvet.
Yes.
Was that as a result of being on the show?
Partly, yes. And also I take a cabaret class with Lena Kutrakis. And so I've had some people from that class ask. And then Sumatsuki, who's watching right now, featured me on her show. And then some people asked from there as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the pandemic's been good for you.
Okay, but I've had, I don't know if you know this, but
You had a hip replacement or a knee?
No, a back operation.
Oh.
I just had a back operation, a dancer having a back operation, but it's worked really well. I'm amazed. So far, so good.
Yeah, because you're not, I saw you walking somewhere on a video or something. You're not limping or doing anything, yeah?
No, it's the least invasive. It's called, oh God, I can't even remember the name, laminotomy. They put little holes in 3 vertebrae and then they clean out the overgrowth of bone spurs pressing on the spine. So
you could get out of the military with those.
Good. I don't want to go to the military.
Because I don't want to go to the military.
Right.
So what else is happening in LA?
Well, yeah, I've been sort of stuck here, but I love it. I don't know if I'd love it as much if I had to go driving everywhere, but I've been socially distancing recording some of my new songs with my producer out here, Miklos Malik. And I've been taking fantastic songwriting classes with Harriet Schock and Amanda McBroom and Michelle Brorman, and just taking care of my husband and seeing our daughter when we can, social distancing. So, but it's beautiful here. If you have to be stuck, it's quite beautiful to be here in LA.
Is your daughter in LA now?
She is, yes. So we'll be seeing her for New Year's Day, 12 feet apart outside.
Yeah,
But,
things are bad in LA. I was hearing yesterday that the hospitals are past capacity.
Yes, when I got the back operation 2 weeks later, I went in, just 2 weeks ago, I went in and had a checkup and the doctor said, no more operations for the backs. Our hospitals are full now. We're not doing any more operations. So I just made it.
You're
But
really
yeah,
lucky.
it's really bad. It's really bad here. But I'm being very careful. I stay in the apartment and I go out always with an N95 mask and just walk around outside just to get a little exercise. But I stay away from people,
Yeah.
which is sad. It is sad.
Yeah, well, I do the same thing. My husband thinks I'm nuts. I walk down the middle of the street to avoid people on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't care about the cars. I can move out of the way if somebody's coming, but otherwise I feel more comfortable.
Right.
It's a weird existence right now, but we will get back to hugging and kissing and being with each other soon enough. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. You know how much I adore you.
I adore you. Thank you. Oh, I'll say one more thing. Because of Sumatsuki's idea, I wrote a song as though a child were touching the window to try to feel the beating of the heart of her grandparent and her fingers. So I'm working on that right now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really touching.
I hope so.
It's going to be heart-wrenching. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Much love, sweetheart. Have a happy new year. Let's all celebrate when we can in person.
And love to everybody here. I've gotten so inspired. I've written down a lot of your names. Thanks to Harold. He's given us such a beautiful platform to show our creativity, and it's kept me inspired and motivated. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Much love, and I'll see you very soon.
Great. Bye. Happy
Bye-bye.
New Year.
Thank you. Okay, it's time now for Gary Bland.
He always runs while others walk. He acts while other men just talk. He looks at this world and wants it all. And he strikes like thunderbolt. He knows the meaning of success. His needs are more, so he gives less. And they call him the winner who takes all. So he strikes like thunderbolt. Any woman he wants, he gets. He breaks any heart without regret. His days of asking are all gone. His fight goes on and on and on. And he thinks that the fight is worth it all. So he strikes like thunderbolt. Yes, he strikes like thunder, and he fights like thunder. Yes, he strikes like
Bland. Gary Bland. Are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
You're like someone said in the chat, you're not bland, it's just your name.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
How have you been? Have you moved yet?
no. So it's I think we sold the house 6 months ago, and it's just all of the rubbish that's been going on. But in the scheme of things, wake up every morning, very positive, very happy. It's in a big world, it's not a major thing, even though it's very important. Trying to be positive, basically.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually. You're still with Debbie. That's the important thing.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
You've got your Debs.
Got me Debs.
You got your Debs. So what else is going on with you? Anything you want to tell us about?
Well, no. I think one of the good things about being this, I'm shielding as well, so I can't do anything. I'm not going out, which is probably the worst thing. I'm not even going out to have a walk, so it's quite difficult. I don't, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm sure I don't have a spleen. I had an accident in 1982 and my spleen got taken out. So I've been advised by the government not to leave the home apart from doing a bit of exercise. What it's given me is a chance to write. So continuing with my play, which I'm enjoying. It's a four-hander and I'm not in it, which is daft. But when it came into my head, I wasn't the right character for the play. I'm writing songs, which is really good. So it's all positive in a very kind of down and somber environment, I guess. Best way to be.
I don't know. It is. It's the way to be right now. It's not like you have a choice, right?
But it's very, very easy to feel low. Really easy to feel low. But you got to step past that and be a performer. You may feel bad, but you get up and do what you got to do. Because it's nobody else's issue apart from your own.
No, the show must go on. And, if you're writing a play and you're writing songs, I can't imagine that you would want to do, I'm sure you're busy enough with that. So it's good.
Yeah, well, I haven't done it before. So it's only the the situation that has driven me to be more creative, to have time to be creative. And it's
So
wonderful.
are you gonna come and sing one of your original songs next year?
Oh, yes. It's an idea.
Have Michael write one for you and say you wrote it.
Well, what I need to do is send it to Michael and say, Michael, this is the tune. Can you please write some music? Can you please write some dots for it so I can get somebody to play it? Ideally, Michael, of course, because as you know, when I did my first cabaret, which was at the Crazy Cox, Michael was my MD. And everybody knows how fabulous Michael is, but his generosity is unbelievable, as well as his talent.
Yeah, that's true. You got him in a nutshell.
And as Doug said, you and Mike have had an amazing impact on all of us. From the days when we used to go every week to be on the Crazy Cox, which was wonderful, to the once a month, and now back on here. You have a wonderful family that you've developed around you. We all love you.
And well, I love all of you. I mean, I'm really glad that we've done this, you know. Life deals you hands you play out. Michael and I met by chance when I needed someone to dep for a show I was doing at the Pheasantry. I had a different musical director, and Michael and I simply met by chance. He was recommended to me. I didn't know him. And then I asked him to write arrangements for my Shades of Blue, which is how we first did our first big collaboration. And that was back in about 2010, I think.
Now, we first met you when you were doing your show at the Pheasantry, when you had that awful, awful cold, but you still soldiered on and did a lovely job.
That happens quite often. Now I'm in the pandemic. I haven't had a cold. I haven't been sick. Nothing has gone wrong. You know? I suppose that's good.
Yeah, very good.
I've had moments where I have had bad allergies and I blame it on the virus, but I know it's not. Anyway, lovely to see you. Give my love to Debbie.
I shall do. She's hearing you now.
Okay, love you, Debbie. Happy New Year to you both. Have a good celebration together.
Thank you.
Good food, drink some good champagne.
See you in 21.
And I'll see you in 21. Thank you so much.
And you. Take care, Harold.
Thank you. Before I move on to speak with our last singer, it's going to be the last song, and I'm going to chat with her before her song. I just want to thank everyone again and say that somehow we have all managed to live through this bizarre year, and that good times are coming. But I really want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for the amount of support that we've had for this show. It's truly amazing and unexpected. So I truly, truly appreciate it. And just to wish everybody a happy, happy New Year. Here's to a brighter year ahead. It couldn't be any worse. And stay around afterwards. I'm going to go downstairs, get something to drink, and we all can have a toast. I don't drink during the show because probably get drunk and then I wouldn't be able to do anything. All right, Jules Hamilton. Oh, I forgot to put your name here. There you go, sweetheart. I've just asked you to unmute yourself. You there?
Hello, Harold.
Hi. Oh, look how beautiful you are.
See? Oh, I'm all sparkles. I was doing, like I said earlier, I was doing the housework in this, and I thought, you know what, Harold won't mind.
Well, you are a very 50s housewife then, I suppose, sweetheart.
I'm a military housewife. I'm as 50s as they come. Oh, I just want to say that, Harold, what you have done, and you and Michael and everybody else who's been involved, I can't see Michael and he's gone dark, but I just want to say it's kept me alive. I don't know if it's kept everybody else alive, but it's kept me alive. And it's given me hope that no matter what the government does and no matter what this bloody virus does, we keep going.
Yeah, that's the human spirit is resilient. That's true. And it proves it that we're all here and we're all continuing to go on and do what we need to do before, things become able to get back to normal. But thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Oh, and I think that I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, it's all about me, let's face it, But I found that through all this lockdown, I like to try and see the positives. Maybe it's because I'm a drunk, but who knows? But I like to see the positives in the fact that everybody's got a lot more chutzpah since this has happened. You know, we've found a way to keep our music and our creativity going. We found a way to keep on communicating, and we've all found a way to do our jobs from home for most of us. And I'm hoping that, you know, and the environment's got better since we've not been commuting, and maybe, just maybe, Mama Nature might have known what she was doing, because suddenly we've all had to stop, take stock, and learn how to live our lives differently.
And the world is definitely healing a bit. I mean, when we saw those pictures of the cities, the before and after pollution pics over the cities, which were taken in probably May, when basically traffic stopped everywhere in the world, it was amazing how quickly the cities cleared.
I know, and Mother Nature brought everything back. I mean, it was stunning all over the world. And, you know, yes, I know that Broadway has gone dark and the West End has gone dark, but it's only gone dark. It hasn't died.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like spring, you know, where chances are we're all going to be hibernating until at least April, and that's spring.
Yeah.
So spring springs or sprungs or whatever it is, so will everybody else.
That's true, but the spring flowers are already popping out. It's crazy.
Well, not here, darling. We've had snow.
I saw that the other day. I wish we had.
In the Cotswolds, we have had snow. I don't know, David, have they grounded any of the planes? No, the planes haven't been grounded. But yeah, we've had snow on the base.
Anything else going on with you guys?
Well, Tink, she's getting bigger. She's finally talking. David is still saving the world. And I'm still working on my Kander and Ebb double-hander. And I ought to apologize because the video that you're about to see, I was supposed to have a very good friend of mine who is a cameraman. He works at the BBC. He was going to come in and film it for me with decent sound and everything else. And in the end, it was just me with my knackered old sound system and my darling husband, David, who, by the way, sends lots of love to all of you. He's waving in the corner, filming on my rather knackered old iPhone. So
Beautiful video. I don't know what you're apologizing about.
Well, the sentiment is the important thing. So the tinny tenor, I hope you will forgive.
And that is why you are closing the show, because the sentiment is beautiful. And that is what we all need to hear right now.
Well,
so,
Happy New Year.
Thank you, sweetheart. Happy New Year to you. Everybody stay around after the show and let's have a chat. And right now, let's listen to Jules Hamilton.
I haven't even heard it.
Bring out the old, bring in the new, a midnight wish to share with you. Your smiles are warm, my head is light. Were we this close before tonight? We don't need a crowded club room. Everything we need is here. If you're with me, next year will be the perfect year. We need to hear the music play. Your songs say all there is to say. The stars can fade and they can shine, long as your voice is next to mine. We don't need a crowded club room. Everything we need is here. And face to face, we shall embrace the perfect year.
Why am I doing
Thank you, everyone. Stay around and we'll see you in just a minute. I'm stopping the streaming now.